We have a major new report from the New York Times. During Trump's first term, he conducted an unauthorized mission in North Korea. This was not authorized by Congress, nor were the congressional members told afterwards about its failure. This reporting from the New York Times is coming from sources, perhaps not coincidentally, right after Trump struck and killed supposedly cartel members on a boat off the coast of Venezuela, an apparent unlawful attack. My name is Dina Doll with the MeidasTouch Network. Let's break this down. So this major new report from the New York Times are saying that sources are telling them about this mission because they are concerned with how these missions are being carried out. Some of them, they say, are successful and many others not successful. And none of this is being done transparently. This was in 2019, the mission in North Korea. What happened was Trump was about to meet with the North Korea leader there, and he wanted to be able to hear the negotiations, which on a aside, let's just take this for a moment. Trump is evidently supposed to be the deal maker king. He didn't feel safe enough to be able to handle these negotiations. He wanted, as you would say, a leg up. Who knows whether or not anybody else has done this in secret, but he wanted to be able to listen in on the North Korea side of the negotiations. Of course, if anything actually came of it, he would then say it was all due to his talent of negotiation and not give any actual praise to the service people who were risking their lives in order to help obtain intel for him. But this is the setup. So this is what happened. The SEAL Team 6, which is the same team that went, or not the same exact people, but that team is the same team that killed Osama bin Laden. So we are talking about the most elite of the elite SEAL teams. They were sent to North Korea in order to plant this listening device, in order to be able to hear the negotiations. And during this mission, they thought they were not going to encounter anybody, and they encountered a boat. They end up killing everybody on that boat. And instead of the people on that boat being some sort of military people or somebody threatening them, it ended up being fishermen. And this story was never told. They say that this was authorized by Trump himself, not Congress, not any special committee that actually is authorized to deal with this. They were never told of not only the mission of it in advance or the failure of it. So just one example, we are seeing lawlessness in this second term, much more blatant than the first time around. Perhaps it is not a coincidence that the people giving this information to the New York Times now, as we see what Trump is doing with Venezuela, perhaps people know even more of what Trump is doing behind the scenes that we don't even see. Certainly, this sounds like people within the government, either now or before, signaling the alarm, trying to tell the American people of what is happening in an unauthorized and unlawful way. So let's get into it. According to the New York Times, the SEAL team members, after killing the North Korea fishermen, had to be rescued by their team. Their team was in a nuclear submarine. This nuclear submarine had to go into shallow waters close to the North Korean shore to do so. This despite the fact that North Korea itself is a nuclear-armed country, very hostile to the United States. This kind of very serious, very delicate matter was not described, told, debriefed to key members of committees in Congress, despite federal law requiring it to do so. Plus, the New York Times reports about the fact of perhaps why these mistakes happened to begin with. I'm super excited about our new sponsor, Mudwater, because I'm always looking for a new type of caffeine that's not coffee, because sometimes coffee can make me feel too jittery. And sometimes, frankly, I need caffeine like in the middle of the day. And so I don't want something to keep me up so late. And Mudwater is just a perfect amount of caffeine for me. Plus, it has so many great ingredients that I feel like I'm actually getting healthier as I'm enjoying my morning tea. Now that fall is here, it's a season and a time to have a little reset. Start the morning a little bit slower, a little bit quieter with a new tea. Mud water is a great coffee alternative because it's made with cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms. So you get a warm, focused boost without the jittery crash. Just mix it with hot water or milk, froth it up, and it's the perfect fall ritual to stay grounded and clear-headed. Every single ingredient in Mud Water's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added. Each ingredient in Mud Water serves a purpose with organic ingredients for a clean, natural boost. Mud Water's smooth, earthy flavors provide a delicious and natural source of energy. Their OG blend contains cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and hot chocolate-like flavor. Lion's mane for focus, cordyceps to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. There's also caffeine-free blends available to end your day. So, ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code MISTRIAL. And I have to say that frother is amazing. That's right, up to 43% off with code MISTRIAL at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them. Please show your support and let them know we sent you. Obama, at the end of his first term, because of situations that he was dealing with himself during these very complex special operations missions, instead decided to increase oversight, reserving complex commando raids for extraordinary situations like hostage rescues. Obama deciding to do this at the end of his second term. However, Trump came in during his first term and reversed many of those restrictions, according to the New York Times, cut the amount of high-level deliberation for, quote, sensitive missions, and it says, quote, a few days after taking office in 2017, Mr. Trump skipped over much of the established deliberative process to greenlight a Team 6 raid on a village in Yemen. That mission left 30 villagers and a SEAL dead and destroyed a $75 million aircraft. And then this new reporting about this failed mission in North Korea that could have vastly increased hostilities with North Korea and put even more of our service people's lives in danger if they had not been able to be rescued. And again, all of this coming out right as we just struck and killed people that supposedly were cartel members on this boat off the coast of Venezuela. Despite any due process, we have no idea if they are actually cartel members. We know that Trump has put a $50 million bond on Maduro's head. He wants regime change. The people of Venezuela also perhaps want Maduro gone. Do they want it at the hands of the United States? Hard to say. Either way, you do have to question whether or not Trump really is just more interested in the vast oil reserves of Venezuela than actually curtailing cartel crime. If you thought that Trump was not keeping us safe during the first term by actually rolling back oversight and on these kind of raids, he's taking it one step further by now Hegseth going out in public and not even trying to pretend that they don't care if what they are doing with other countries and people from other countries and killing them like they did on the boat is lawful or not. Take a look at what Hegseth just said in this, answering this reporter's question.
Mr. Secretary, what legal authority did the Pentagon invoke to strike that boat full of drug smugglers?
We have the absolute and complete authority to conduct that. First of all, just the defense of the American people alone. 100,000 Americans were killed each year under the previous administration because of an open border and open drug traffic flow.
Was there
that is an assault on the American people. I said we smoked a drug boat, and there's 11 narco-terrorists at the bottom of the ocean. And when other people try to do that, they're going to meet the same fate.
Trump and Hegseth are making us less safe with their dangerous decisions. And Hegseth, take note. Just because you wear a hat and sunglasses doesn't mean you actually know what you're doing or are capable or qualified to oversee our military. Please, the Newsom team, do Hegseth next.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.